Well, Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Other Bald Guy. As we head into this holiday season, the Christ follower will encounter many different pressures of this world to put our focus on something other than the advent of Jesus. Presents, decorations, eggnog, parties, cookies, fruitcake, candy canes, outfits, wrapping, stockings, yard sign, Christmas trees, caroling, figgy pudding, musicals, pageants, Secret Santa, reindeer, mall performances, school performances, the Christmas mother, helping the poor, sending Christmas cards, and keeping everyone awake, sober, and dressed enough to make it to the late service on Christmas Eve. And why do we do this? To spread the joy of Christ to everyone. No matter. There are some folks out there who take great pleasure in using this time of year to knock at the foundations of the Christian faith. Occasionally, it's outright ridicule. But sometimes they shroud it in being offended.
How dare you say Merry Christmas to me? What do you think, I'm one of those wacko Christians? That's offensive. Offensive. And there's no place in public. Why don't you keep that stuff to yourself? Don't you know that your Jesus wasn't even born on December 25th? If he was even born at all. You're just celebrating a pagan holiday. Merry winter solstice, pagan.
Do you really know anyone who lives that way? Me neither. Not really. Although I've met a few who come close. However, there are some media outlets who would have you believe that those characters are the norm on every street in America. That we should be more tolerant. You will likely encounter some folks who do question things like when Jesus was born. And you know what? They have every right to question. In fact, I encourage it. Now, the debate on when Jesus was born is not likely to be solved by this Christmas. There are, however, numerous modern scholars who have done serious research on the issue and put forth some very compelling theories. When were you born? What I discovered most interesting is what I learned about the rich histories of the Judeo-Christian faith. These folks dig deeply into the fascinating Jewish and Christian histories to build a case for when they think Jesus was born. Why don't you come join me on my website, theotherbaldguy.com, and let's dig into some of the various theories on what day Jesus was born. At least one plausible theory has Jesus' birth as December 25th. I promise you won't be disappointed at what you discover. And perhaps you also have something you'd like to share on the topic. I'd love to hear from you. So let's you and I arm ourselves a little. So the next time someone comes up to you and says, "Don't you know Jesus wasn't really born on December 25th? You can say, "Yeah, I know all about that. But I know he came for us, you and me, for every day of the year." I'm Scott Gordon, the other bald guy.